Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is my February update of the best cash ISAs for 2026. I'll talk about the top easy access cash ISAs and the top fixed rate cash ISAs in this video. As always, I'll link all of the accounts that I talk about in the description box below. All of the interest rates that I mention are correct on the date of filming, and all of the ISAs are FSCS protected up to £120,000. Before we get into the video, please take a second to give it a like. Thank you for the like, I really appreciate it, it really helps out the channel. And if you do want to see my regular updates, then please subscribe. You can subscribe down here to subscribe to the channel now. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and let's get into the video. Cash ISAs of course allow you to save and not have to pay tax on the interest, and so they can be a great way to save. They also have some great interest rates at the moment. I'm going to talk about the accounts in interest rate order as always. So the accounts with the highest interest rates are coming up at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's start off with the cash ISA that has the highest interest rate for a high street name at the moment, so if that's what you're looking for, it could be a good option. This is from the Leeds Building Society and the interest rate is 3.96%. This account does last for 2 years, but it is an easy access ISA. The interest rate is flexible. You can make unlimited deposits and withdrawals. The minimum that you need to open this one is £1,000. and you can deposit up to a maximum of £20,000, which is the overall ISA allowance each year. You open this one online and interest is paid annually. You can make transfers into this one and then you will receive the same interest rate on the balance that you transfer in. It's not a flexible ISA, so that means that if you withdrew from it and then redeposited the money in the same tax year, it would affect your overall ISA allowance. So that's my top pick for a high street name at the moment. And it does pay the same balance on transfers in, which is quite good. It does have a decent interest rate. It is lower than all of the ones that I will talk about after, but if you are looking for a high street name, then it could be a good option for you. Continuing in interest rate order, the next account is my top pick for a fix. This is from Tembo and the interest rate is 4.14%. This is a 1-year fix and the interest rate at 4.14% is even slightly higher than the interest rate that I mentioned for my top pick for a fix in the January video. So that's pretty good. So it might still be a good time to fix and guarantee an interest rate if that's what you're looking for. With this account you would get a fixed interest rate for a year and your money will be fixed into the account for the year, so it would be for balances that you're happy to live without for a year. That being said though, you can make withdrawals if you have to, and if you did withdraw then you would pay a penalty of 90 days of interest. The minimum deposit is £500 and of course the max that you can deposit is £20,000. They do allow transfers in, which is another good feature. You open and manage this one in the Tembo app and interest is paid at the end of the term at the end of the year. If you're interested in opening this one then you can use my link and you can get a bonus of up to £100 with my link. So that was the cash ISA from Tembo. It was my top pick for a fix. It does have the highest interest rate for a fix right now and a good amount of time to fix for. Now we'll go back to the easy access ISAs. This next account is great for you because it's open to all customers. It's the easy access ISA from Atom Bank and the interest rate is 4.25%. The minimum deposit is £1 and the max that you can deposit is £20,000. You open and manage this one using the Atom Bank app and interest is paid monthly. It's completely easy access, so you can make unlimited deposits and withdrawals. One drawback of this one though is that you can't make transfers in. So if you do have an existing ISA that you want to transfer in, then I've got 3 more cash ISAs with higher interest rates that do allow transfers in. So those are the next 3 coming up. It's also not a flexible ISA, so if you were to withdraw and then redeposit in the same tax year, it would affect your overall ISA allowance. That's all about this one. I do think it's a good option if you've already used your new customer bonuses with some of the other accounts that I'll talk about today, then it might be a good one for you. But obviously if you do have a balance that you want to transfer in, then I do have 3 more good options to tell you about now. The next easy access ISA is from Moneybox and the interest rate is 4.32%. This interest rate is for new Moneybox customers only. The minimum deposit is £500 and you can deposit up to a maximum of £20,000. You can open and manage it online or using the app and interest is paid monthly. It's not a flexible ISA, but you can make transfers in and it is a limited access ISA in the sense that If you make any more than 3 withdrawals per year, then your interest rate would drop to 0.75%. So basically, it would be nicer for you if you don't need much access to your money. But you can make 3 withdrawals per year and keep the interest rate at 4.32%. I think this is a good option with a high interest rate. It does allow transfers in, but it is for new Moneybox customers only. So if you are a new Moneybox customer, then it could suit you well. I've got 2 more accounts to tell you about, and they both have higher interest rates than this one, and they also have the highest interest rates for cash ISAs available right now. So let's get on to the next one. This next one is the cash ISA from Trading 212. The interest rate on this one is 4.44%. This is the new customer bonus interest rate. The minimum deposit is £1 and the max that you can deposit is £20,000. You can open this one online or in the Trading 212 app. Interest is calculated daily and paid monthly. It is a flexible ISA, which is good, so you can withdraw and then redeposit in the same tax year without it affecting your overall ISA allowance. It is completely easy access, so you can make unlimited deposits and withdrawals, and in my experience, withdrawals are pretty quick. This is the cash ISA, so it does live in a separate section of the app to the investing part, but if you do want a free fractional share worth up to £100, then feel free to use my link in the description for that. You just need to deposit £1 in the invest section of the app to get the free fractional share. I think it's a pretty nice and simple app to use as well, which is always good. Like I mentioned earlier, you can make transfers in to the Trading 212 ISA, but you will receive an interest rate of 3.6% on the balance that you're transferring in. If you want to receive the same high interest rate on the balance that you're transferring in, then check out the next one because that one does allow you to do that. That was all about the Trading 212 ISA, which I do think is a great option right now if you are a new customer of Trading 212. If you've used your new customer bonuses elsewhere, or you just want to get the highest interest rate that you can on your cash ISA savings right now, then this next one could be a great option for you. It also pays the same interest rate on transfers in. This is the cash ISA from eToro, and the interest rate is currently 4.44%. The interest rate is variable, but this is a 12-month boosted rate. The minimum deposit to open this one is £500. You can make transfers in from other cash ISAs and you will get the same boosted interest rate of 4.4% on that balance. You can contribute up to £20,000 per tax year in line with the overall ISA allowance, and you receive the boosted interest rate on the whole balance. You can open it online or in the app, and interest is calculated daily and paid at the end of the year. It is an easy access ISA, and you can make up to 3 withdrawals per year without it affecting your interest rate. If you need to make 4 or more withdrawals in a year, then your interest rate does drop to 3.44%, and it also drops if your balance drops below £500. It is a flexible ISA, so you can withdraw and then redeposit in the same tax year without it affecting your overall ISA allowance. Your money is FSCS protected like it is with all of the accounts that I mentioned in this video, and your money is held securely by the Wealth Manager Money Farm. That's all about the eToro Cash ISA. What I like about that one is it does have the highest interest rate for a cash ISA right now, along with Trading 212, but it does pay the same interest rate on balance transfers. So if you do have a balance to transfer over, then it could be a good one for you. That's it for today's video. That was my February update of the best cash ISAs for 2026. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did make it this far, please give the video a like if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and see you next time.